some more. What it
The
is.
God of Wars of summoning.
Because I entertained the crowd. The crowd was happy with it.
The boxing world was electrified when Jake Paul, the controversial YouTube sensation, finally stepped into the ring with none other than the legendary Iron Mike Tyson. Fans had been eagerly anticipating this clash of generations, a battle that promised to blend the raw spectacle of modern celebrity boxing with the timeless prowess of a true legend. From the moment the fight was announced, it was clear that this was more than just another bout. It was a defining moment for both combatants and the sport itself. Jake Paul, at 27 years old, had built a formidable reputation with a 9-1 record, carefully curated through bouts against older, retired, or inexperienced fighters. Standing tall at 6'1" and weighing in at 200 pounds, Paul possessed a physical advantage over his opponent, the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, who stood 5'10" and weighed 220 pounds. However, boxing is a discipline that transcends mere height, and weight experience, skill, and mental fortitude often dictate the outcome more than physical attributes alone. In these crucial areas, Tyson held a significant edge, bringing decades of professional fighting expertise to the ring. As the bell rang to commence the fight, it became immediately apparent that Paul was in over his head. Tyson, despite his age, exhibited the same ferocity and precision that had made him a feared heavyweight champion in his prime. His footwork was sharp, head movement impeccable, and every punch he threw was calculated and devastating. From the very first moments, Tyson applied relentless pressure, closing the distance and targeting Paul's body with unyielding intensity. Paul's strategy, which had previously relied on his ability to outlast opponents, faltered under Tyson's onslaught. Tyson's approach was methodical and brutally effective. He aimed to dismantle Paul with powerful body shots, gradually weakening him and setting the stage for a decisive knockout. This tactic, a hallmark of Tyson's fighting style, had been perfected over countless fights and proved unstoppable in this encounter. Paul, visibly uncomfortable and unable to adapt, struggled to maintain his composure. His attempts to use the jab to keep Tyson at bay were futile, as Tyson's evasive maneuvers rendered Paul's punches ineffective and left him unable to establish any rhythm. Within the first minute, it was clear that Paul was in survival mode. He resorted to clinches, desperately trying to buy time and fend off Tyson's aggressive advances. The crowd watched in a mix of anticipation and disbelief as the fight progressed swiftly towards its conclusion. The turning point came when Paul, perhaps in a misguided attempt to regain control, threw a wild right hand in hopes of catching Tyson off guard. Tyson, ever the master strategist, anticipated the move. He dodged the punch with ease, shifted his weight, and unleashed a devastating right hand that connected flush with Paul's jaw. The impact was immediate and catastrophic. Paul crumpled to the canvas, unconscious before he even hit the ground, and the referee had no choice but to declare the fight over. Tyson's victory was not merely a win, it was a statement about the essence of boxing. For too long, the rise of social media influencers like Jake Paul had transformed boxing into a spectacle where fame and entertainment often overshadowed skill and dedication. Tyson's triumph served as a stark reminder that boxing is a sport rooted in discipline, experience, and sheer physical prowess, qualities that cannot be faked or bought. The knockout highlighted the vast gulf in ability and preparation between a seasoned professional and a novice-turned-celebrity fighter who had bitten off more than he could chew. Paul's defeat was a humbling experience, not just for him, but for all who had invested in the hype surrounding his boxing career. The loss exposed the limitations of his strategy of cherry-picking opponents and relying on his celebrity status to draw interest. The bravado and trash talk that had characterized his pre-fight persona seemed hollow in the face of such a decisive loss. Entering the ring with confidence, Paul left as a beaten man, his dreams of boxing glory shattered by a single, well-placed punch from Tyson. For Mike Tyson, this fight marked a triumphant return to the ring. Despite being far removed from his prime, Tyson demonstrated that he still possessed the power, skill, and ring intelligence that had made him one of the most feared fighters in history. His victory was more than just another win, it was a reaffirmation of his legacy and a reminder of his enduring greatness. At 58, Tyson showed that age had not diminished his fighting spirit or his ability to deliver performances that would be remembered for years to come. The knockout of Jake Paul, in particular, became a highlight reel moment destined to be replayed and analyzed by boxing enthusiasts for generations. The impact of Tyson's victory resonated deeply within the boxing community. It reignited discussions about the ethics of pitting older, experienced fighters against younger, often less prepared opponents, especially when those older fighters are legends of the sport. While Tyson's performance was celebrated by many as a return to the sport's roots, it also raised concerns about the potential dangers of such matchups. The power and skill Tyson displayed were undeniable, yet there was an underlying sense of unease about what could have happened had the fight gone differently. The brutal nature of boxing means that the risk of injury is always present, a reality that both fighters and fans must confront. In the days following the fight, the boxing world buzzed with reactions and analyses. For those who had grown disillusioned with the endless parade of exhibition matches and celebrity bouts, Tyson's win was a breath of fresh air. It was a reminder of what boxing is truly about, a test of skill, endurance, and heart, where the best fighters rise to the top based on their abilities in the ring, not their fame or following outside of it. Tyson's performance harkened back to an earlier era of boxing, where the sport's greatest names were defined by their achievements within the ropes rather than their personas outside of them. Jake Paul, on the other hand, found himself at a crossroads. Having built his career on the idea that he could seamlessly transition from internet fame to boxing stardom, Paul's defeat by Tyson shattered that illusion. Now he faced a choice: continue to chase spectacle fights against carefully selected opponents, or step back and genuinely dedicate himself to improving as a boxer. The latter option would require a level of commitment and humility that Paul had yet to demonstrate, but it was the only path if he wanted to be taken seriously in the boxing world. This loss served as a pivotal moment, forcing Paul to reassess his approach and consider what it truly takes to succeed in the demanding and unforgiving realm of professional boxing. The broader implications of this fight extend beyond the two fighters involved. As social media influencers continue to venture into combat sports, Tyson's victory underscored the fundamental differences between entertainment and genuine competition. Boxing is not merely a platform for making money or generating views. It is a sport with a rich history and a set of values built over centuries. Tyson's win was a call to return to those values, emphasizing that the ring is a place where true fighters earn their place through skill, dedication, and resilience, not just another stage for internet celebrities to boost their brands. Ultimately, the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was about more than just two men stepping into the ring. It was a clash of generations, ideals, and approaches to the sport of boxing. Tyson's victory stood as a testament to the enduring power of experience and skill, reminding everyone that while the world may evolve, some things remain unchanged. In both boxing and life, true greatness is earned, not given. On that night in that ring, Mike Tyson demonstrated to the world that he is, and always will be, one of the greatest fighters to ever lace up the gloves. The fight may have lasted only one round, but its impact will resonate for a lifetime, shaping conversations about the future of boxing and the role of celebrity within it. As the dust settled, the boxing community reflected on what this fight signified for the sport's future. Tyson's performance reasserted the importance of honoring the traditions and true competitive spirit of boxing, while Paul's defeat highlighted the challenges that come with blending modern celebrity culture with a sport that demands rigorous discipline and authentic skill. For fans, this fight was a poignant reminder of why they fell in love with boxing in the first place: the raw, unfiltered competition between two warriors, each fighting for their own legacy. Looking ahead, the implications of this fight will likely influence how celebrity boxing matches are perceived and promoted. Tyson's victory sends a clear message. Boxing remains a sport where legends can still make their mark, and where the essence of true competition cannot be overshadowed by fame alone. For Jake Paul, this loss could be a turning point, urging him to reconsider his approach and perhaps seek genuine growth within the sport. Whether he chooses to continue on his current path or take a more dedicated route to improve his boxing skills remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, this fight has left an indelible mark on both fighters and the boxing world at large. In the end, the bout between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was a dramatic illustration of the timeless adage that age and experience often triumph over youth and novelty. It served as a powerful reminder that while the landscape of boxing may change, the core principles of the sport remain steadfast. As fans and observers digest the outcomes of this monumental fight, the boxing community is left to ponder the future intersections of celebrity and combat sports, and whether the sport can maintain its integrity amidst the evolving demands of entertainment and spectacle. One thing is clear: when legends step back into the ring, they bring with them the weight of history, the respect of the sport, and a reminder that true greatness in boxing is measured not just by victories, but by the legacy one leaves behind.